Okay, hey, what's up, guys? So right now, I'm in a bit of a weird background, but basically they built these huge factories behind my house just recently. I'm talking like these things are like $1 million buildings, bro, and they keep going back. I'm gonna show you guys later. But oh, there's someone over there. Basically, it's all fenced off. Well, not all of it's fenced off. This part's open. Technically, I'm allowed to be here. Uh, there's an open parking spot. The Coke building though is completely fenced off. And I thought it was dead because usually there's like lots of construction going on over here. And after like 5 p.m., usually the people stop, but there's still people here. I walked by one of the buildings and there's still lights on. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick right now. Um, I'll get to the point of this video in a second, but first I want to show you guys what exactly I'm seeing. There's these huge factories, like millions of dollars. There's a lot of gates too. Sorry. I think I'm allowed to be here. There's like public parking spots. There's still cars, but I don't really want people to see me recording. Oh, I see somebody right now. I think it's fine, but it would be just a little bit awkward. I'm gonna show you guys some of the factories that I saw. One of the fenced off areas, they left the gate open. I'm not gonna go in there, but they left the gate open. And like anyone could just walk in. But I'm gonna show you guys what I found. So first things first, I'm like in this big area. There's like these huge buildings, and there's more on the other side of this one. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so guys, this is inside one of the buildings. This looks so cool to me. There's like huge open spaces. This is inside. This is glass right here, and like they have these lights on still. It's all cement. I don't know what they're gonna put in here, but there's tons of garages. And it gets even crazier, bro. They have this whole factory section. So I'm trying to stay a bit low here, but there's still like some office buildings. Oh, there's a person right there. There's a person right there, bro. Okay, so there's still like some office buildings. I'll show you guys what's going on. This is so weird, bro. They built all this behind my house. But basically this part's fenced in. And over here, there's like some solar company, I think. But I don't want to look too suspicious, but look in here. Bro, I don't know what's going on. I saw one guy walking in here. That's all I saw. And this door's open, bro. Anyone could just come in. Okay, so now I need to go back to where my car was. I'm just gonna walk by like as if it's normal. I don't think they're gonna do anything. But I'm like over here. I'm trying to get back to my car. And then I'll tell you guys what this video is about. Okay, so someone just came out and asked what I was doing. I told them just walking around. Thankfully, they said that's fine. I was just hoping they weren't gonna give me any problems, but they were fine with it because this is technically a public area, so that's fine. But yeah, so I'm walking around the other side. But I don't know what they're doing here. There's like a huge Coca-Cola plant, like right up there. It's like a Coke plant. Clearly, these people got money from you know who. But I'm gonna show you guys one more part. Hopefully they don't mind. So this is on the other side of the building. So there's like 3 main buildings here, and then there's the Coke plant over there. I was gonna record right there, but I'm low-key a little bit afraid they might come out. If not, I might just have to move my car. We'll see. Okay, so what was actually the point of this video? The topic that I wanted to talk about today, and sorry I'm a little bit sick, but what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was how people interact with people now compared to how they used to. How interactions are no longer like genuine. They're no longer intimate. They're no longer real. At least, like obviously not all of them, but a lot of them are becoming like that. And what I mean by that is that a lot of times when people talk, oh, hold on, there's a car over there. A lot of times when people talk, especially when they're meeting new people. One second, there's a car. A lot of times when people talk, when they're meeting like new people, they'll ask the basic questions. They'll ask them, "What's your name? How old are you?" So let me turn the light on. They'll ask you the basic questions like, "What's your name?" or "How old are you?" they'll ask you like, what's your job? And whenever, you'll ask people that, and whenever they tell you an answer, for example, they're like, I'm an engineer. That's something that you're probably going to forget in like an hour, unless you like really get to know this person. But if you just say that to a person, you just walk away, you see them in a week, you're going to probably forget what job they're doing because you didn't actually care about what they said. A lot of times when you talk with people, you're just kind of trying to get something out of them. You view it as almost like an interaction based, where it's like a value trade, if you think about it. And in some ways it can be, but you almost treat them as if they're like an NPC, funnily enough. It's like a video game NPC where you just go up and you get something from them, and then it's just done. And you don't actually care, and you don't realize that that's like a real person. Like, for example, they might tell you that they're an engineer, and that means nothing to you. You don't care. You literally didn't even care about that question. You just asked that question because it's like a script that people follow. But what I've been trying to do recently is, when you have an interaction with somebody and they give you an answer, like let's say they tell you you're an engineer, instead of just brushing it off, be like, oh, well, what kind of engineer? What stuff do you work on? And actually absorb what they're telling you and actually care about it and remember it and think about what they're going through. And if you do that, then there'll actually be a real, genuine connection. And I noticed people lack this because, like, I was going to this class, right? And like everyone has their earbuds in. And the teacher like made us talk with one of the guys there, right? And we just had this brief, completely scripted, generic introduction that we probably forgot half of it now. And it's like, you didn't actually take in what he said. You didn't actually care about what the person said, or even tried to establish any connection with that person. And it's the same with like people like cashiers. You just see them as like an NPC robot that just takes your food, and then you give them the money, and then you're done. And that's kind of how the interaction goes. But that is a real person. That person has a life. And we as Muslims, but not just Muslims, everybody. That's why this video is for everyone, not just for Muslims, but even though mainly my audience is Muslim. We should all try to establish that genuine connection by asking questions and then actually taking in the answer and caring about the answer, respecting the answer, maybe questioning a bit further, rather than just following this script and just getting it out of the way. And if you have these genuine connections, you actually find that, human beings are good people, and there's a lot of interesting people, and there's a lot of nice people that you can meet, that you can actually get to know on a different level if you start caring about, I don't even mean caring, like absorbing what they said and actually thinking about it for a second, realizing that they have their own experiences, they have their own life, and trying to relate with them. Then you'll actually establish something more meaningful. And we can get caught in situations where we don't do that and we just brush it off quickly. And this happens a lot. It can happen with anyone. I mean, it can even happen with a family member. Not necessarily with the person, but with a specific conversation you have with them. You might just be demanding something from them and not even thinking about their side. You're just demanding something from them because you want something. It's kind of like, it's this selfish sort of mentality. But human beings have the ruh in Islam, or the ruh, it's the soul. And it's something that makes us different than just an inanimate object. We can actually be spiritually connected in some sort of way where we can have a connection that is established through words and sounds and facial expressions, but it goes beyond just an inanimate movement. It actually touches someone's soul in a certain way that it doesn't do for other things like animals or inanimate objects. It doesn't do that for other objects, but it does it for humans. And we sort of neglect this ability in a way. And there's a lot of reasons for that, especially with social media. It causes a lot and things like that. But that's something that I'm trying to work on, and I think we should all try to do and move forward towards, is establishing real, genuine connections with people. where you don't just kind of use these basic script things, or even if you do, but you actually absorb what they say and you contemplate it and you think about it and you question further and you actually sound like you're interested in what they're saying, at least, so that way they know, you want to be friends with this person, or you want to at least connect with this person and show them some respect, you know at least that you acknowledge that they are a real human being. They're not just like this NPC that's sitting there. But yeah, that's what this video is about. And the reason I'm doing it in this weird background, I love coming out to like places like this at night. I love kind of exploring places at night. It's really fun. Let me know if you guys like to do that, because personally that's like my happy place. Just walking around these huge factories, not wanting people to see you. It's a little bit fun. It's cool to record videos here too. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and put a comment down below. Share it if you can. Check the links in the description as well. But with that, that's all. So, assalamu alaikum, or if you don't speak Arabic, peace be upon you. Yeah, see you guys in the next one.